Close your eyes for a moment and think about this simple question. Why did you click on this video? Something inside your mind made that decision before you were even fully aware of it. That same invisible system controls your thoughts, emotions, habits, fears, motivation, and even your future. Today, we are going to explore how the mind works in a simple and clear way so you can understand yourself better and use your mind instead of being controlled by it. The human mind is not one single thing. It is a living system that is always active, even when you are asleep. Your mind never truly rests. It processes information, stores memories, creates meaning, and protects you from danger. Most of the time, it does all this silently, without asking for your permission. That is why many people feel confused by their own thoughts. They think, why do I think like this? Or why can't I stop overthinking? The answer is not that something is wrong with you. The answer is that your mind is doing its job, just not always in the way you expect. Your mind's first priority is survival, not happiness. This is very important to understand. Thousands of years ago, humans lived in dangerous environments. The mind evolved to detect threats quickly. That part of the mind still exists today. It reacts to stress, fear, criticism, and uncertainty as if your life is in danger, even when it is not. This is why your heart beats faster before an exam or an interview. This is why negative thoughts feel louder than positive ones. Your mind is trying to protect you, even if the threat is only emotional. Another key function of the mind is prediction. Your mind constantly predicts what will happen next. It uses past experiences to guess the future. If you failed once, your mind predicts failure again. If you are embarrassed once, your mind tries to stop you from feeling that pain again. This is why habits are so powerful. Your mind loves what is familiar, even if it is harmful. Familiar pain feels safer than unfamiliar growth. The mind works through patterns. Every thought you repeat becomes a mental pathway. The more you think the same way, the stronger that pathway becomes. This is why negative thinking can become automatic. It is not because you are weak, it is because your mind has practiced that pattern many times. The good news is that patterns can be changed. New thoughts create new pathways. Change is possible, but it requires awareness and repetition. Your thoughts are not facts. This may sound simple, but it is life-changing. The mind produces thoughts all the time, just like the heart pumps blood. You do not choose every thought. Some thoughts appear automatically. Many people suffer because they believe every thought they have. They think, if I think it, it must be true. But that is not how the mind works. Thoughts are suggestions, not commands. Emotions are signals created by the mind and body working together. When you feel fear, sadness, or happiness, your mind is responding to how it interprets a situation. Two people can experience the same event and feel completely different emotions. This shows that emotions are not caused by events themselves, but by the meaning your mind gives to those events. When you change the meaning, emotions change too. Memory plays a huge role in how the mind works. Your mind does not record memories like a camera. It rebuilds them every time you remember something. This means memories can change over time. Your current emotions influence how you remember the past. This is why when you are sad, past events feel more negative. The mind is not lying to you. It is filtering reality through your emotional state. Attention is another powerful function of the mind. Whatever you focus on grows stronger in your awareness. If you focus on problems, your mind finds more problems. If you focus on opportunities, your mind starts noticing them. Your mind is like a spotlight. It can only shine in one place at a time. Learning to control your attention means learning to control your mental experience. One of the biggest misunderstandings about the mind is motivation. Many people wait to feel motivated before taking action, but the mind works the opposite way. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. When you take small actions, your mind receives feedback. That feedback builds confidence. Confidence then fuels motivation. Waiting for motivation keeps you stuck. The mind also works through stories. Humans are natural storytellers. Your mind creates stories about who you are, what you can do, and what the world is like. These stories feel real, but they are interpretations, not absolute truth. If your story is, "I am not good enough," your mind will find evidence to support it. If your story changes, your experience changes too. Fear is one of the most misunderstood functions of the mind. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is information. It shows you where growth is possible. The mind uses fear to keep you in your comfort zone, but growth never happens there. Learning to act despite fear is not about removing fear. It is about understanding it and moving forward anyway. Your mind also has a strong need for meaning. It wants to understand why things happen. When it cannot find meaning, it creates it. Sometimes that meaning is wrong, but it feels real. For example, if something goes wrong, your mind may say, "It is my fault," or "This always happens to me." These conclusions feel automatic, but they are learned habits. Rest and sleep are essential for a healthy mind. When you sleep, your mind organizes memories, processes emotions, and resets itself. Lack of sleep makes thoughts heavier, emotions stronger, and focus weaker. Many mental struggles are not personal failures. They are signs of an exhausted mind. The mind is deeply connected to the body. Physical movement changes mental state. Breathing affects emotions. Posture influences confidence. This is why simple actions like walking, deep breathing, or stretching can improve mood. The mind does not exist alone. It is part of a system. One powerful ability of the mind is imagination. Imagination is not just fantasy. It is a tool for learning, planning, and growth. Athletes use mental images to improve performance. Your mind reacts to imagined experiences almost the same way it reacts to real ones. This is why visualization can change behavior. Another important part of how the mind works is self-talk. The way you speak to yourself matters. Your inner voice shapes your confidence, resilience, and emotional health. Many people talk to themselves in ways they would never talk to a friend. Becoming aware of this inner dialogue is the first step to change it. Change does not happen by fighting the mind. It happens by understanding it. When you judge yourself for your thoughts, you add another layer of stress. When you observe your thoughts without judgment, they lose power. Awareness creates space. In that space, choice becomes possible. The mind learns through repetition and emotion. What you repeat often and what carries strong emotion gets stored deeply. This is why traumatic events are remembered clearly. It is also why joyful experiences shape personality. You can use this knowledge to build positive habits by attaching emotion and repetition to them. Many people think the mind should always be positive. This is unrealistic. The mind's job is not constant happiness. It is balance and adaptation. Trying to force positivity often creates resistance. Accepting all emotions allows them to pass naturally. Overthinking happens when the mind tries to solve emotional problems with logic alone. Some problems need action. Some need rest. Some need acceptance. Not every thought needs an answer. Learning when to stop engaging with thoughts is a skill. Mindfulness is simply paying attention to the present moment. When you are present, the mind slows down. Past and future lose their grip. This does not remove problems, but it changes your relationship with them. Calm does not come from controlling everything. It comes from understanding what you can and cannot control. Your identity is shaped by what you believe about yourself. These beliefs are often formed early in life and repeated unconsciously. But beliefs are not fixed. They can be questioned. When you challenge a belief, you weaken its hold on your mind. The mind is plastic, which means it can change throughout life. This ability is called neuroplasticity. No matter your age or past, your mind can learn new ways of thinking. Change is not instant, but it is always possible. Comparison is another mental habit. The mind compares to understand position and value, but constant comparison creates dissatisfaction. There will always be someone ahead and someone behind. The mind becomes peaceful when comparison is replaced with personal growth. Your environment influences your mind more than you realize. The people you spend time with, the content you consume, and the routines you follow all shape your thoughts. Changing your environment can change your mind faster than trying to force change internally. Silence is powerful for the mind. In silence, you hear thoughts clearly. This can feel uncomfortable at first, but silence reveals patterns that need attention. Many people avoid silence because it exposes the mind's noise. Facing it brings clarity. Gratitude works because it shifts attention.
When you practice gratitude, you train the mind to notice what is working instead of what is missing. This does not ignore problems, it balances perception.
The mind does not respond well to punishment, but it responds well to reward. Celebrating small progress strengthens positive behavior. Harsh self-criticism weakens motivation. Kindness toward yourself builds long-term growth. Your mind is not broken, it is doing what it learned to do. Understanding how it works gives you power. You stop fighting yourself, you start guiding yourself. Every thought you observe, every habit you question, every small change you repeat rewires your mind. You do not need to control everything. You need to understand enough to choose better. The mind is a tool. When you do not understand it, it controls you. When you understand it, you shape your life. Awareness is the beginning of freedom. If you remember one thing from this video, remember this. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices them. And the moment you notice, change becomes possible.